Hello, my name is Jason Hovelman, Fire Chief with the Florissant Valley Fire Protection District and co-owner of Engine House Training LLC, and honored and humbled to be able to present first due tactical decision making for the company officer at FDIC 2021. It was scheduled to be a pre-conference workshop in 2020, and we all know what has happened with that. So really looking forward to 2021, and wanted to just kind of give you a breakdown a little bit of what we're going to discuss in this class. And it's a lot of what you think it would be. It's tactics and decision making for a company officer, typically first due at primarily residential buildings. We will talk a little bit about low-rise, multifamily, garden variety type buildings and some things to look at in there. But we're going to talk about decision making at a cognitive level and how we make decisions and how our experiences and how what we do prior to even drilling affects some of our decision making on the fire ground that can make a big difference in how the operations go. We're obviously going to talk about size up. We're going to talk about building familiarity. We're going to talk about getting out into your still areas and what to look for, not just looking at buildings from a general scope. We're going to give specifics about what to look for and how to apply that into your decision making and tactics on the fire ground to make you a more effective fire company and fire officer. We'll discuss drilling and drilling for purpose, what we do before that call comes in, how we train our members, how we train ourselves is critically important so that we're just not going through the motions, that we're actually taking some steps and being hyper aware of how we're drilling, what we're using it for, and how we're going to take that and transcribe it over onto the fire ground is going to be something we talk about. We're also going to talk about preparing our members and us as far as how we go about our daily habits, how we create habits from checking our equipment to your daily routine, from making priorities throughout the day, and how those roll over into our decision making on the fire ground. And then finally, we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of tactical priorities, being able to look at a situation and decide what the best course of action is. We're not going to really get into reading smoke or reading fire, but what we're going to look at and we'll listen to some audio clips and watch some videos of different things going on inside a fire ground. And it's not all going to be good stuff. I'm going to share some of our mistakes from my department and primarily from me as an incident commander, and we'll point out different things that needed to get done or addressed either sooner or differently on that fire ground. And so we'll roll into suppression. We're going to talk a lot about exposures, especially interior exposures, and how we define that, protecting interior space, especially on those garden variety apartment buildings. And then we'll talk also a little bit about codes and ordinances and how those impact your operations on a fire ground, whether it be water supply access, things of that nature. So I'm really looking forward to FDIC 2021. I hope and pray that all of you have been able to weather this pandemic, that everybody's healthy, that everybody's trying to stay optimistic, and that when we all get together for FDIC 2021, it's going to be a phenomenal homecoming. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of old friends, meeting many new friends, and best wishes to all of you. And I'll see you in April. Take care.